And, the refs didn't have it under control in the last one, and we see what happened to Caitlin Clark. Didn't have it under control in this one.
I've called this a flagrant 1.85. As in, it is almost certainly a flagrant 2.
Imagine standing just 5 feet from an incident so blatant it's shocking no one intervened. Aliyah Boston takes what looks like a full slap to the face, clear as day. The ref is right there, but nothing. No foul, no review, just pure chaos.
In how the hell did the refs miss this, we have to look at Aliyah Boston getting absolutely cheap shotted by Tina Charles.
Does this missed call prove WNBA officiating is spiraling out of control? Stick around. We're breaking down every angle of this insane moment. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Imagine this. The game is getting intense, bodies are crashing in the paint, and suddenly, Aliyah Boston takes a direct hit to the face. The ref is right there, close enough to count the lace holes on Boston's sneakers, but somehow it's like they just didn't feel like calling it.
Tina Charles started to turn around and hit Aliyah Boston in the face. Caitlin was telling her to come set the screen, so
Tina Charles extended her arm while jostling for position, and it wasn't subtle. Her hand collided with Boston's face hard enough that cameras later showed her looking visibly shaken and possibly developing a black eye.
Flops, it probably is an offensive foul. So then they get tangled up, and Tina Charles, they're kind of getting tangled up there, and Tina Charles clocks her in the face.
Mad about the strength? Aliyah Boston putting that grown woman's strength on you. I don't care if you're mad about that strength. You cannot lift this woman's arm up.
Fans watching couldn't believe it, but what's even crazier is the official standing just 5 feet away. Let the play go on like nothing happened. For a league that emphasizes professional officiating, how is this missed? In the WNBA, where even borderline plays are supposed to be handled with precision, something this blatant should at minimum get a whistle, if not a full review. These calls aren't just subjective, they're the difference between controlling the game or fueling frustration. Ordinarily, the system is set up to ensure refs keep order on the court while prioritizing player safety. But what we just saw? That's not even close to the kind of judgment expected here. It raises the question, are moments like this slipping through more often than fans realize?
He clocked her in the face. Like, it's open fist. It was not closed fist. She clocked her in the face.
Speechless. It's preposterous, man. Like, what is going on? What kind of basketball are we playing here?
What's even weirder is how Boston reacted. She didn't immediately throw her arms up in disbelief or start shouting at the ref. She looked more stunned than anything, like she couldn't wrap her head around the fact that no whistle was coming. It's those reaction shots, the ones where players are clearly expecting justice and hearing silence, that really stick with you. And it isn't Boston's first time experiencing this either. She's used to fighting through contact, but incidents like this can't just be ignored, especially in such a physical league.
Look, and there's no remorse. No, hey, you okay? Oh, my bad. She's kind of standing over.
The WNBA sells itself as a pioneer in professional integrity and leadership. Yet, somehow, a scenario involving obvious contact inches from an official can go unchecked. So, if not now, when? Why wasn't replay used when the collision happened front and center? Are refs being too lax, or is something bigger happening? And this one blown call didn't just affect Boston. It may have shifted the entire game, leaving even other players frustrated in its aftermath. You know what's crazier? That foul on Aliyah Boston isn't some isolated miss. It's part of a troubling pattern that's been surfacing in the WNBA all season.
I've called this a flagrant 1.85. As in, it is almost certainly a flagrant 2.
20 games in, man. 20 plus games in. And we're already seeing nonsense like this.
Think about Caitlin Clark for a second. In her games, it's almost like physical contact has been turned into a free-for-all. Elbows thrown, scratches visible after plays. But the whistles? They're almost silent.
And, the refs didn't have it under control in the last one, and we see what happened to Caitlin Clark. Didn't have it under control in this one.
And when Clark finally reacts, whether it's an exasperated glance or a word to the ref, somehow, she's the one being penalized. One game even saw refs literally restrain her after a particularly rough play, as if the priority wasn't controlling the aggression on court, but silencing the players demanding fairness. Does that sound like balanced officiating to you? And then you've got Boston's situation, taking a clear hit to the face and nothing. No call, no review, just silence. Meanwhile, Clark gets hit with techs for letting her emotions show. The double standard here is loud and clear. It's not just inconsistent, it's starting to look like the league is more focused on controlling its stars' reactions than actually managing what's happening during plays.
I don't know how this play doesn't get reviewed, man. Like, that is a pure flagrant foul. All right, honestly.
You might as well call it Real Housewives of the Hardwood with how chaotic and dramatic it's getting out there. But this issue isn't just about bad calls in isolation. There's a deeper problem rooted in the league's officiating system itself. Did you know the WNBA struggles with high officiating turnover rates? Unlike the NBA, where resources are stacked to develop and support officials, the WNBA is working with fewer resources while facing just as much scrutiny. And that's not even mentioning how the NBA's ownership stake in the league might impact where priorities lie. Are they fully investing in fixing these gaps, or are WNBA players left to deal with a diluted system that simply isn't cutting it?
There's definitely some jockeying for positioning happening.
The most favorable outcome for Tina Charles is that it's a flagrant one, and the rest call it a common foul. She just clocked her in the face.
When officiating spirals like this, it's not just the players who lose. Injuries pile up, big stars sit out games, and fans start questioning whether they can trust what they're seeing. So here's the real question. If integrity and player safety matter as much as the WNBA claims, when are they going to back it up?
Aliyah Boston spends a good 10 seconds lying on the ground after this, and the referees don't look at the monitor.
Poor officiating isn't just about a missed call. It's a crack in the very foundation of the WNBA. When Aliyah Boston took that hit to the face without so much as a whistle, it wasn't just her safety that was at risk. Incidents like this threaten the integrity of the entire game, making fans wonder if fairness even matters anymore. If players can't trust the officials, how can the league expect fans to trust the product? The WNBA has a choice: fix its officiating or risk losing the stars who make this league special. What do you think needs to change?